helicopter's going to come in. I'm getting out of here. It's like, tag, you've been hit. Okay, it's done. My role is done. Well, no, it's not. They're still trying to kill us. So the helicopters came in. There was two of them, and they came in, and they had another ship over them going around, and I was laying there watching them, getting ready. There was a big meadow right there that they were going to come into and try to land. Vietnamese knew this. They knew where we were going to try to medevac our people out. They knew that we had to go up that road. They had everything keyed in. They had that meadow keyed in. The moment those helicopters started to come in, the whole other side of the meadow, and I'm over here talking to my partner, trying to keep them going. All of a sudden, it just, as the helicopters are coming in, that side just opens up with all of this fire. And you can see it because they have what they call tracer rounds. And you do that so you can see where your bullets are hitting. Well, they had green ones and we had red ones, and kind of colorblind, so they just looked like all yellow. Whatever it was, they were coming in, and I just saw that whole side. Well, I laid down like this, and right above me, there was a machine gun, a 60 machine gun that opened up, and now it's firing back. And all of that hot lead the brass that's coming off of that machine gun is landing on me. It's hitting me all over, and it's hot, and it's burning me, and it's like, oh man. But the rounds are coming in from all over, so it's like, stay down, and then all of a sudden the helicopters peel off, and they're gone. We ain't getting out like that, so the tanks come up, and now we're using the tanks as ambulances, and we're loading the guys who are wounded onto the tanks, and I climb on the tank too, with this partner, Ramirez, and as we crest the top of the hill, again, all of a sudden you see all this fire just coming towards you. And as the rounds are hitting the sides of the tank, you can hear them ding, 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 coming all off that tank. Man, well, I grabbed my partner and I pulled him over and fell off of the tank. And fortunately, there was no punching pits in that area, and we laid down there, and the tanks pulled up, went over. Well, one of the tanks got hit on the other side. Bodies were flying off of that tank everywhere, man. Then, as we're laying there, the Antos come up. There was two of them, and they came up like and jumped up to the top of the hill to support the tank. Well, all of a sudden, that fire just said, hit them. All the tanks and the Antos all carried these 5-gallon water cans all around them, And as they came back, the water was just pouring out of those cans where those tanks the vehicles had been hit. Well, then it's like, we're not getting out like this, man. Well, as I'm laying there, I remember looking over to the right, and this guy Jack talks about this, and that was when my sons read Jack's story about what had taken place. They remembered me talking about this. They had captured this lieutenant, and they had him tied like this, and then they had the wire this way with a piece of wood that they were pulling him behind, and they were running off through the bush. Well, a bunch of Marines saw it, and they started to open up on him. Well, the lieutenant flipped, and he was like this, with his hands over his head. I saw the guy reach, grab his knife, and go, and he cut his throat. And then they said, they disappeared in the bush. Well, when they brought that lieutenant up, I call it the mask of death. At that moment that you die, it's frozen on your face. And that lieutenant knew that he was about to die. And his eyes were as big as silver dollars, and his mouth was wide open. And he was like this. you know, and I looked down at them and I thought, man, you know, and then the battle was on. We continued to fight, and by now, I only have a 45. I had dropped my M79 and my bag of rounds, and now I'm back with a group of guys who are all wounded in this bomb crater. And now it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's just starting to get dark. And that's when they start yelling, "Marines, you die. You die, the night Marines. We're coming to get you."